You have energy that you want to transmute into an action. Anytime you feel like you have an urge to do something like scrolling on your phone, like eating your dick, masturbation, porn, alcohol, and nicotine, and you give into, the reason why it feels so cheap, the reason why it doesn't feel good is because it's not congruent towards. I just moved here. I was working a new job. I was pulling 10-hour shifts every single day. I would wake up at 4 a.m. I would get my training in for about 3 hours, eat my first meal, then instantly get to fucking work, hit a 10-hour shift. There was so much pain involved with that. Meaning, what is God's highest purpose for you? What is God's image he sees for you? Because that was good, y'all. If you want something professional and something that looks good, this isn't the video for you, but I promise you, if you clicked on it, you clicked on it for a reason and you will get some value from it. So mind me with this. I literally wrote this like in the past 5 minutes, but I'm about to go over some shit that I wish I knew from the start. So transmutation is when you have energy, right? You have energy that you want to transmute into an action, right? So anytime you feel like you have an urge to do something like scrolling on your phone, like eating your dick, masturbation, porn, alcohol, and nicotine, you get these urges, right? And you give into what's right here, comfort. You give into comfort, and that gives you something instant. And the reason why it feels so cheap, the reason why it doesn't feel good is because it's not congruent towards your long-term goals, which is why transmutation means you take this energy form and you translate it to discomfort. Discomfort is what you should be seeking from the start. And the reason why we always pick comfort is because it's so readily access to us. It is so available. It's so normalized as well. Like you see, I'm in Miami, the capital of fucking hoes. And it is so normalized that women can sell their bodies online, and that's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's why it feels so easy. That's why it feels normalized. And some people literally encourage that, but that's not right. That is not fucking right. And you cannot think that way because I'm a firm believer that either you go really fucking hard into it or you don't go at all. Like I'm going all the way into the deep end or I'm not going at all. Like that's how I think about it. So it's not maybe beat your dick some days, maybe don't. Like, bro, no, go fucking cold turkey on that. So comfort is something instant, like porn, alcohol, nicotine, weed. These are all the vices that you do them, you feel good in the moment. Like you always like your mind starts to play tricks on you. You're like, maybe I deserve it, maybe it is normalized, maybe this is healthy for me. But then after you do it, you feel like shit. You feel like shit for a reason because it's not something that you should be doing in the first place because it is not congruent towards your long-term goals, which is why you must pick discomfort. And discomfort is the things that you actually get fulfillment from. When you finish like a very hard assignment, you finish a long workout, you finish something you've been working for the past couple of months and it feels fucking great. That is you choosing discomfort. That is you experiencing delayed gratification because the goals that you're working towards right now in the long term, they actually matter to you. And when you get that goal, it's so much better because you've actually put the reps behind it. Like in this past year, I've ran a marathon and I guarantee that marathon, like me completing it, me running it, me crossing that finish line feels so good to me because there is so much pain that was involved for me to get to that point. There was so much discomfort involved with me to get to that point. Like I moved to Miami in September, right? And I was marathon training. I had my appendix ruptured. About 10 weeks prior to my marathon. So I was running with a ruptured appendix. I was healing from that surgery. I just moved here. I was working a new job. I was pulling 10-hour shifts every single day. I would wake up at 4 a.m. I would get my training in for about 3 hours, eat my first meal, then instantly get to fucking work, hit a 10-hour shift. There was so much pain involved with that. I pushed myself through fucking hell. I've documented this on my YouTube channel where I was running 21 miles at literally 4:44 a.m. I'll throw up the screenshot on this, but I was pushing myself to the fucking maximum of discomfort. And that's why I got to the end and it was so fucking good. That's why when I got to the end, I felt real delayed gratification. I felt fulfillment because I was going closer towards my long-term goals of self-actualization. Meaning, what is God's highest purpose for you? What is God's image he sees for you? Because, I heard this one thing from Ed Milet. Ed Milet he's been a mentor for me, right? Just listening to the stuff he says. He said, I have an image for when I pass from this earth, I'm met by God, and God he shows me the best possible version of himself, like of Ed Milet, once he passes. And my hell situation is that I see that image that God gave me, and I'm the complete opposite of what that image is. And then a heaven situation is when you see that image of what God set out for you, and you are identical to that person. That is self-actualization, just getting fulfillment, pleasure from experiencing what God's gift is, which is this life right here. You get one fucking life. And why would you choose the cheap stuff right here? Like, you cannot tell me a reality the next 5 years passes and you continue to give into the comfort, you continue to give into the things that are so instant and available to you. Like, I'll give you this good rule of thumb. If it is instant, if it's pleasurable at first, if it's very, very easy to do, it's not good for you. Anything that is good for you is wrapped in pain. That's why I was telling you about that marathon. The reason why it was so good for me when I finished it is because I went through so much hell. Like, just thinking about it, I'm thinking about how tight my hamstring felt when I did my 21 miles, which was my longest prep run before my actual run of doing the marathon. And I remember, like, literally the sidewalk of Miami Beach at 5 a.m., like, my leg just gave out on me. I just literally just collapsed on the fucking sidewalk. Like, that was painful for me. No one was seeing that. All of my runs that I had up to that point, no one was looking at them, but they were all so fucking uncomfortable. And that's why getting that medal, that's why having that medal, that's why fulfilling my goal of running that marathon was so fulfilling to me, because I went through so much to get there. That is why it's so fulfilling for you to choose discomfort first, because it gives you your goals, it gives you fulfillment, delayed gratification, a real dopamine that you actually get from fulfilling God's gifts for you. That is why you feel that way when you do it. And the most difficult thing is, it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable, which is why we don't do it, which is why you feel like you procrastinate things, which is why you feel like you can't get yourself to do the right things, because it doesn't give you something instant. And the indicator of you doing the task that you don't want to do, and you push off, you procrastinate that task, and you don't feel any instant dopamine from it, that is your mind playing tricks on you, telling you that you didn't get a good feedback from doing that task, so you don't want to do it again. You want to do the thing that gives you that instant dopamine first, like scrolling your phone, like masturbation, like hitting Nick, like smoking weed, because it gives you something instant first. You see where I'm going with this? And then that task that you procrastinate, maybe it's an assignment, maybe it's hitting the gym, maybe it's a video that you want to post, like I'm doing right here. It gives you something that is fulfilling along the way. Like, I guarantee if you're doing a workout, you won't feel instantly good after. You won't get your dream physique after you hit that workout. But compounding over and over time, that is the beauty of it, because it replicates what this life is. Life is not supposed to feel good in a day. It's not supposed to feel good in a week, in a month, in a year. But compounding over time, it's a roller coaster of emotions. And the best possible advice I can give you is never get too high in the highs or too low in the lows. Just stay in between, stay rock solid with your emotions. And I want to connect all the dots here. So you understand that comfort, like, you typically choose comfort because it gives you that instant feeling when you get that urge of transmutation, right? You get that energy and you want to transmute that energy into either something comfortable or discomfortable. And the way we get to the discomfort, because you understand that this, like, the reason why you feel so guilty after you do something like beating your dick or like smoking weed, is because it's not aligned with your true purpose. It's not aligned with your desired state. You know your life is better than just smoking weed. You know your life is better than just beating your dick to girls that don't even fucking know you. So that is why you feel so guilty after you choose the comfort. But getting to the discomfort, because you know that's what you need to do, align yourself with your highest self. Understand to the T what that man looks like. I'm talking about the way that you wake up, the way you dress yourself, the way you hold yourself in conversations, what people think about you after talking to you, the way you brush your teeth, everything to the T. Understand what that desired state looks like. And every single day, match your actions on a lens of congruency towards that desired state. Continue, because the human brain struggles to grasp abstract thoughts. So if you are not understanding to the T what that person looks like, your brain has nothing to compare it to. So of course you're gonna fucking procrastinate, because you don't know what your desired state looks like. You don't know why it matters if you sit on your phone and scroll for the next 2 hours. Because you are actively self-sabotaging if you're scrolling your phone. You're actively self-sabotaging if you choose to eat Chick-fil-A today, because it's not aligned with that version of you who has a six-pack, who is lean year round, who is productive, not scrolling on their phone, not addicted to social media, right? And then we get into the bridging the gap, because I won't lie, like this video is not to tell you there's a fucking secret out there. That's why you get delayed gratification. That's why the discomfort feels good, is because you have to force yourself to do something hard, which is why we introduce subconscious reprogramming. Subconscious reprogramming is anytime you get that urge, you get that energy to transmute it into either comfort or discomfort. That's when you have a chance to actively reprogram your subconscious mind to choose the discomfort first. Choose the discomfort first. And it's not going to come easily. The thing you do for the first time is never going to be easiest first time. Like when you because this video, I am everything in life is a pattern, right? And I am actively giving you the recognition and the consciousness of this pattern that you have in your life, that you actively give into the comfort and the discomfort, right? So anytime you're met with this urge, this energy you get where you want to do something, you want to put this energy into action. I am giving you the consciousness right now, the realization that once you get that energy, you have to transmute it into something that you don't want to do, right? And if you genuinely have nothing to do, then fucking sit and do fucking nothing. Practice patience, practice boredom. I don't fucking care. As long as it's not giving into comfort, sitting on the couch and just sitting with your thoughts and not scrolling your phone, I guarantee that will pay dividends in the future. You won't see it now, but the things that are good for you, I just told you, they're wrapped in pain, they're wrapped in discomfort, they're wrapped in boredom, stress, anxiety, because it compounds, it adds in the future. Because if you sit on your phone, I mean, not sit on your phone, if you sit on the couch, no music, no phone, right? Just sitting with your own thoughts, and you're just practicing sitting in solitude, practicing meditating or being mindful. Years down the line, if you're just example, right? If you're sitting in the airport, if you're on a plane, if you're sitting in a line, you don't feel like you're drawn. You don't feel like you need to get on your phone as soon as possible. Because if you go out on the street, like I want you to pay attention to this after you watch this video. Like even yourself, recognize your own patterns yourself. Like how often do you really pick up your phone and just fucking look at it for no reason? You check your phone, you open up Instagram, you open up YouTube just to fucking click on it for no fucking reason. You are programmed this way and you did it to yourself. You did it to your fucking self. It's sad because society has normalized this, but I'm giving you the opportunity to break this habit. Break this habit. And it only comes with repetition. That repetition is you recognizing right now that you have this bad habit. Transmute that energy not into comfort but discomfort. Understand what those actions look like for you, because your goals can never be as big as the systems you have put in place to get you there. So what do those systems look like? But over time, compounding effects, you will get to a point with complete clarity. And anytime you get that energy, boom, it's instant. You're immediately doing something that's uncomfortable to you, that is moving you closer towards those goals. Now, I'm about to go to sleep in an hour, and this was just a ramble. I fucking hope you got some value from this. This is a talk that I needed to give myself. This is something that's been in my mind for a little while now. So I hope you found some of this valuable. Um, I hope you appreciate some of my skills here. I've never been a graphic designer. I've never been good with my writing. So hopefully you understood some shit here. But understand it takes patience, understand it takes time, and it only happens if you start to put effort towards it. And I'm giving you the consciousness right now. So this point on, anytime you feel that urge of giving into comfort, you understand, okay, now you know it's just self-sabotaging at this point, because you're actively aware that this is something you shouldn't be doing. And you're giving into the option that isn't aligned with that highest self. So if you found some value, I'm trying to grow this channel up. I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. And if you don't know me already, my name is Ferris Abenil. I make videos like this. I've been documenting this. I post this on my YouTube, my Instagram. I'd appreciate any type of support. It really helps me out to get this message heard to other people, because this is something I wish I heard at any age. So I appreciate y'all watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.